Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to talk about Pi Network updates and overview, Pi Network Manet and lockup reward system. Before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. Because of the centralization of the first generation currencies, such as Bitcoin, which have become out of reach for most of the people, the Pi Network is a digital currency project that intends to keep cryptocurrency mining accessible. In a mobile phone app, the Pi Network, developed by a team of Stanford grads, allows users to mine money by confirming transactions on a distributed ledger, which is then distributed again. A Stellar Consensus Protocol-based method is used by Pi nodes, as opposed to the proof-of-work protocols used by nodes on the other networks like the Bitcoin network. Pi nodes are responsible for validating transactions on a distributed ledger and reaching agreement on the order in which new transactions should be recorded on the ledger. Pi nodes construct security circles or groups of 3 to 5 trustworthy individuals who are known to each of the individual's network users under the SCP protocol. Security circles provide a worldwide trust network that helps to prevent fraudulent transactions from taking place on the shared ledger, since transactions can only be authenticated on the shared ledger if all of the trusted nodes agree to them. Phase 1 of the initiative, which was named after the number pi, was unveiled on a Pi Day, March 14, 2019, and included a free Pi mining program. More than 100,000 active users were on the network at the end of June 2019. When Phase 2 was introduced a year later, there were over 3.5 million users on the system. The app began serving advertisement in May 2020 in order to serve as a source of funding for the project. According to the company's announcements on November 25th, the user base has grown to 29 million, up from 14 million in March 2021. PiCoin, often known as Pi, is a cryptocurrency that operates on the Pi network. Like the other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, it was meant to undergo periodic halving in order to maintain its scarcity. When the number of the coin a miner receives for processing new transaction is cut in half, this is referred to as halving. It usually occurs when a certain milestone has been attained in one's career. After reaching 100,000 users, Pi's mining rate was cut in half, and it was cut in half again when it reached 1 million users, and it was cut in half again when it hit 10 million users, and it will continue to decrease by half until it reaches zero at 1 billion users. With the coin's introduction in 2018, we are finally witnessing some significant progress in its development. Everything from the notion of a Pi Network Manet to the lockup incentive structure have combined to make cryptocurrencies much more fascinating than it always was. All of these indicators point to the possibility that you will be able to exchange your Pi for real money in the future. Earlier this week, Pi Network released an update on their Manet readiness efforts. According to the article, Pi Network intends to deploy an early version of the Pi Manet in the next weeks, with further information to be released in the coming weeks. At the same time, the Pi Network has made some enhancements to its mobile app, which may be found here. In order to increase the incentives, users will be able to modify their Manet migration parameters, such as balance, bifurcation, and voluntary lockups. Through these features, these tools in the mobile app will assist you in better understanding the Manet migration process, as well as pre-selecting the lockups that you want to use. Preparation of the Manet. Pi Network is releasing numerous Manet-related mobile app features immediately to assist the community in preparing for the Manet migration. This will give individuals more time to learn about the Manet, ask questions, and configure their devices before the Manet goes live. One of the features that they have implemented in the presentation of the bifurcation of your balance, for example, the balance mined by them, the balance transferable to the Manet, and the balance attributed to their team members, among other things. Also new is the ability for pioneers to intentionally lock up a portion of their transfer balances in order to mine at a higher rate later on. Early adopters can make advantage of the lockup capability to pre-configure their voluntary lockup settings, which will be applied to the Pioneer's Manet transfer once Manet is operational and the Pioneer has passed KYC. In order to gain access to these functionalities, to access the Pi sidebar menu, navigate to the home screen of your Pi app and click on the Settings button located in the top left corner to bring up the Pi sidebar menu. Updates to the Pi Network's Manet preparation as well as the pre-select Manet lockup. You will locate Manet on the sidebar menu and you should select it. Updates to the Pi Network's Manet preparation as well as the pre-select Manet lockup. To pre-select and configure your lockup rate, select Configuration Lockup Rate from the drop-down menu. Updates to the Pi Network's Manet preparation as well as the pre-select Manet lockup. Following that, simply follow the on-screen directions. What's the procedure for Manet lockups? In addition to assisting Manet in bootstrapping the economy and developing demand, the lockup reward is intended to maintain a healthy and smooth ecology while also incentivizing long-term participation with the network. As a decentralized macroeconomic mechanism, it is critical in the market's early years of development when utilities are establishing themselves to regulate circulating supply in the market. One of the primary objectives of the Pi network is the development of a utility-based application ecosystem, transactions for real commodities and services in ecosystem, rather than speculating trading, or meant to assess Pi's utility rather than speculating trading. In preparation for the upcoming introduction of the enclosed network phase of the Manet, which will be revealed shortly, one of the primary areas of the focus will be to support and build the Pi app development community as well as nurture additional Pi apps to thrive. Pioneers can choose to lock up their Pis in the meantime, thereby assisting in the establishment of a stable market environment that will allow the ecosystem to flourish, more Pi application to emerge, and compelling use cases for spending Pi, ultimately resulting in organic demand through utilities. Lockup functionality will be enabled when the early version of the Manet is published later this month, but you can learn about it and even select lockup options before you are verified through KYC or ready to migrate to the Manet. You can learn more about the lockup feature here. You can make changes to your lockup settings in the Pi app at any moment because they are stored as an aggregate account-wide value. As you and your earning team security circle past KYC and new mining takes place, more of your mobile balance will become transferable to your bank account. Every time you make a transfer to Manet, the lockup period and person that you have selected and defined will be applied automatically to the transferred money. As a result, you will have two types of balances on the Manet, monetary and fungible. Balance should be locked up, allow for some wiggle room. Both of these amounts will be recorded on the Manet blockchain and are now held in the Pioneer's non-custodial Pi wallet. According to the Pioneer, because of the nature of the blockchain, once a lockup has been certified, it cannot be reversed and must be maintained for the future of the lockup. You will need to lock up the same percentage of your new transferred value in order to maintain your lockup mining bonus, because the lockup amount is computed as a percentage of your transferred balance. This is performed simply by ensuring that the lockup configuration option for each recurring transfer to Manet is consistent. If you lock up a smaller percentage of Pi in your subsequent transfers than you did in your original Manet transfer, your lockup mining boost will be reduced in proportion to that reduction in Pi. According to the published article, when the early version of the Manet is launched later this month, Pi Network will release revised sections of the white paper that will reflect the most recent developments. There, you will be able to see the exact and thorough Manet equations and mechanism in their original format. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, Be sure to hit the subscribe button before you go.